I'm excited about this video. This one's going to be pretty unique. A few months ago, I met a guy that lives in South Florida who was starting his own EV charging business, and we were bouncing ideas off each other and getting really creative inspiration for the ways to approach this business. Today, in this video, we covered lots of different topics like how Tesla is shifting in the industry, the different advances of new EV charging companies, and how we can position ourselves to take advantage of it all. His name's Marlon, and his company is called Raw Power EV Charging. He also took my course and said it was such a big help to get his business off the ground. Marlon's now got a handful of EV chargers located all across South Florida, and the money's coming in. I've added his contact info below if you wanted to reach out and touch base on how he approached things. And if you want to take the same course that Marlon did, I've also included that in the links below. All right, let's go.
Yeah, I don't know. It's interesting because I talk to a lot of different people as clients. You know, we have conversations, and the thing is with this industry is it's so brand new. And that's what I was going to say. So when you talk about talking to people and getting excited about it, the thing is that this industry is still so new that when you talk to people, they don't usually have like a base understanding of the industry itself. So a lot of what you're doing is like educating people. It's not like, it's real estate or, something that's a little bit more, you at least know the basics of it. With EV charging, it's like, okay, let's start from the ground floor here. Like before you even start telling me about how good your business is, tell me about like the essentials so I can understand even what you're offering. Don't get me wrong, this is a great business and it can be super profitable if you structure everything in the right way. But the hardest part, the most effort of this business is reaching out, creating new opportunities. You kind of have to have that dog mentality where you just don't let go. You just keep fighting, keep reaching out. There's going to be tons of slow days where you don't get any responses or people people are kind of have opinions about electric cars sometimes, and you might get the wrong person and have, negative feedback. But if you just keep fighting, doors start to open. And once you get your first location, I was shocked. It took me a while to get my first one, but after I got my first one, I got about 10 in the same amount of time that it took me to get the first one. Like it just starts to snowball.
Yeah, for sure. And to your point, that enthusiasm is infectious. And once you do get that first one, it just amps up. You just go, all right.
It's like, I got one.
Yeah, now we're going. And it is that, it's that constant working at it. And sometimes working at it does look like you just sitting there at the couch watching YouTube videos. Or it does look like you're on your laptop and you're just reading articles and just trying to educate yourself. Because when we go into that 3-minute elevator pitch, right? When we were preparing ourselves to answer all the questions, one thing we have to realize is that the person that we're talking to is probably just a genuine question because they don't know. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it's such a new space. They don't have, like to your point, they don't have 15 cousins that are realtors. And, everybody's fighting to get your business as their realtor to purchase a home. It's two very, very different spaces, And I know that to be true because I'm also a realtor in Florida. I know how they're so very different, but the key component is success in both is talking about your business, being knowledgeable about your business, being enthusiastic about it. And if you can leverage those three, you're probably going to do all right. One thing that I have to like constantly kind of fight against internally is like, I don't want to be that weird guy that's just talking about stuff that nobody cares, right? But in my circle for one of the meetings in one of the municipalities that I met with, the director, the head honcho, has a Model 3.
That's the thing. You get lucky.
We're talking about everything in the world but what this meeting is, because now we have a commonality. Now we literally speak the same language because he gets it. And that oftentimes the biggest hurdle, like you're saying, is finding a willing ear. Because some people, like you said, they feel a way about the politics involved with, feel a particular way about this individual. They just don't believe in the long lasting, or they only believe the negative things they hear about EVs,
Exactly. I've said this before. It's perception is reality, right? Like if you tell yourself that this is a certain way, then that's what you're going to believe. But I strongly believe if someone's looking to buy a car and you put them in a Tesla to test drive, 9 times out of 10, like if they don't go forward with it for whatever reason, they're definitely going to appreciate it. It's just a matter of time. And the more people that kind of have the awakening of like, oh, these are for real. Like these are way ahead. This is a way better experience of car ownership. And with that, then it just snowballs and more people learn. And with those EVs comes EV charging, and the business just continues to grow.
The Cybertruck is the perfect example, right? It's such a polarizing design, right? Either you're gonna love it or you're gonna hate it. But the goal is you will have an opinion on it. It's not gonna just pass, right? It's not gonna pass you. You're gonna either like it or you're gonna dislike. But I tell people all the time, if you ever have the opportunity to drive, you will not dislike that.
Really? Have you driven
will
one?
not
I've never driven it.
When I tell you the thing took up my entire drive, like that's how massive it is, right?
Yeah.
But it was so like intimidating at first. So when you go to Tesla and you're doing any kind of service and they give you a loaner, the loaner that they give you is fully loaded. So that's all of the acceleration boost. That's all of the full self-driving. That's everything that you can add to a Tesla. It's in there. So I'm driving this car and I'm like, yo, it's kind of big, right? And the steer-by-wire technology is so different than anything that you've ever really experienced, right? Because it's the first car in U.S. production to have steer-by-wire, right? So a U-turn isn't this anymore. It's this. And then now you're just straight U-turn. So I think it's 3.5 rotations to turn steering wheel stops, right? So when you're making a U-turn, it's 1, 2, 3, and then you turn it. Steer by wire, it's this, and it's locked. The steering wheel's locked, so now you're making a U-turn.
I didn't know that.
You get used to it. Now, I got used to it in front of like, 5 minutes, and I was like, you know what? I got full self-driving. Why am I even worried about it?
Why am I steering at all? Yeah.
Not steering it off. So I just sat back and let this massive tank of a truck take me where I needed to be, Yeah, Tesla has kind of mastered a couple of different things when it comes to that type of technology, but they're certainly not the only option out there. Because some people aren't really into FSD, right? They're not into the summons feature that sold your father, right? They're just not into that stuff. You go get some of these Kias, Hyundais, have some amazing products out. I'm actually supposed to go test drive the Cadillac Lyriq.
So nice.
I mean,
it's so nice.
Even the Mercedes-Benz is doing a whole bunch of crazy stuff as far as offers go for their electric line of vehicles. I mean, there are a lot of options out there, and all of that is more and more opportunity for us.
Exactly. And just like you said, some people like Tesla, but the diversity is growing. It's the same with EV charging. And just like perceptions too, people have bad experiences with certain companies or good experiences with other companies. And I just think that the more different types of EVs, I know that now all EVs, the doors are opening for the superchargers, so you can get the adapter for most car makers. But still, having other charging companies out there with that J1772 plug, and especially charging at home, like people want to charge where they chill. They want to charge, they say 80% of people like to charge at home, and I get it. Or like you said, if you're really sitting down at a restaurant or you're doing a big grocery shop at Costco where it's going to be an hour plus.
Yes.
If you see a charger, you're gonna plug into it.
Yeah, and and it's just a part of the learning curve. Like when I was teaching my wife like how to handle our new car, I was like, babe, you see a free charger, plug up.
Yeah.
I don't care what you're at now. If you see
Take
a
it.
charger, plug up.
Yeah.
I got a buddy of mine, and he was I think I told you this, he was a dispensary owner. So he had a couple of dispensaries in a couple of different states. And I was talking to him, I was like, yeah, it's so hard to get into that business in the state of Florida. You got to have, X amount of $1 million in liquid assets. He's like, yeah, you just go someplace where it's easy. And I was like, and I say that my car, I bought my Tesla, it was almost Georgia, how far north it was in.
I remember.
So we flew up there and drove it back. I got a buddy right now. I'm doing his install for his home charger. He's getting his Porsche Taycan out of Manhattan. So it's become like the walls that we used to think that are there. They're really not there anymore. Because I told him, hey, X amount of dollars, I'll go get the car for you. I got no problem. There are dealerships, big dealerships that, the grand bulk of their inventory are pre-owned Teslas, and they ship nationwide, and if you can wrap that shipping cost into your loan,
Yeah.
like it's again, and these are only creating more and more opportunities for what we do, because a lot of people think that threshold to get a Tesla or that threshold to get a EV is outside of their budget.
Yeah.
And it's
It's
not.
changing.
It's rapidly changing. You can
Yeah.
get Model Ys and Model 3s for under $20,000
Yeah.
effortless. Like it's not
Yeah.
a long Google search to
Yeah.
find, all throughout the country, and
And then save so much money on gas. That's honestly, I barely talk about how much money you save on gas, just because I feel like if anybody knows anything about EV charging, it's that, right? Your costs are going to be, depend where you charge, but like, let's just say safely at least half, probably a quarter. But I don't even mention it because it's, to me, that's the one thing people might know about EV charging. There's almost no barrier to entry now. EVs are going to be cheaper than gas cars in the near future. Range is going to be so long. There'll be almost no reason that you can say no to an EV.
Also, I'd love if you were to subscribe to the channel, like the video, and please comment below if you want me to cover anything that I haven't made videos about yet. I'll make sure to add those to the upcoming video list.